Hello everyone, my name is Willie Reed, don't care what my name is, and I'm going to talk about WWE's Live from Madison Square Garden, which was last night, and TNA's Bound for Glory, which was tonight. Now, I'm not going to go into great details with all the matches, just the ones that I felt were much more interesting. So, the first match was Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler defeating Rusev and Sheamus. After the match, Rusev blamed Sheamus for the loss of their match. Sheamus kicked him and walked out with his briefcase, so that was entertaining. Neville defeated Stardust one-on-one. We had Team Bella defeat Team PCB. And now we get to one of the matches that I found very interesting, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Before the match began, Chris Jericho came out and talked about how it was his 25th anniversary since he made his debut. And even talked about how one of his first opponents, Lance Storm, was at the event, and he was actually in ringside. So I was happy to see Lance Storm. It's a shame this match was not long. It was about 8 minutes. It was still good to see between these two Canadian wrestlers. And Jericho made Owens look good. Made Jericho look good. It was a good back and forth match. And Owens ended up retaining his title. So congratulations. And I hope they cut this whole Owens run crap they've been doing with Kevin Owens. It's just ridiculous. Next match, the Dudley Boyz end up defeating the New Day by disqualification when Xavier Woods got involved again. And when they tried putting them through a table, the Dudleys ended up kicking their asses, and they put Xavier Woods through a table again. Except this time, I think they lifted them even higher than before, because it looked like Xavier Woods crashed even harder than he did last time. So that was fun. We saw Brock Lesnar destroy Big Show. Big Show dominated the early part of the match, even hitting 3 choke slams, but each time Brock got up and he even ducked a KO punch and hit several German suplexes and managed to hit the F5. And after the match, he came back out, hit a belly-to-belly suplex on Show, and then another F5. And after the match, the ring announcer tried to get the crowd to applaud for Big Show, but they just booed at him, and Big Show just said, forget you guys. Well, he didn't actually say that, but he did do that, so he didn't care what they thought and walked out. And we got to the main event, John Cena defending his US title against Seth Rollins in a cage match. We saw Kane get involved, helping Cena retain, and a match that the fans were really into, and the match that was probably the best one of the night. Now, this was kind of a disappointment to me, though, because, again, this was very predictable that Cena was going to retain, and the fact that they've been having Rollins and Cena fight again and again and again and again, and you know what? You can have these guys fight not too many times, okay? Because if you continue doing that, it's going to become very predictable, and fans are not going to care much for this match if you continue pushing this. So, just put them against different guys they never fought before. Hell, put Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. That'll be interesting. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, WWE's event was okay. It was not the best. It wasn't like the live event they did in Japan or NXT's events, but it was still decent, so it's not bad. Now we get to TNA's Bound for Glory. The first match of the night was Tigre Uno defeating Manic, DJZ, and Andrew Everett in an Ultimate X match. During the match, it looked like Tigres got hurt, and I don't know. I hope he's not seriously hurt, but the doctors will have to check on him to make sure to see if he'll be able to hold on to that title a little longer. If not, it's a shame. We had Gregory Helms come out to congratulate Tigre Uno, and he received a great reaction from the crowd. And of course, they were in North Carolina, so of course they were going to get a great reaction. But of course, there was a storm going on, so I hope they all make it someplace safe so they can get some rest. Next match was the Bound for Gold Gauntlet match, where Tyrus ended up winning. It was an entertaining match. It wasn't that special. It was entertaining, but Tyrus ended up winning, and EC3 came out to try and get him to go for the tag titles, but nope. Tyrus wants the world title. Alright. Next, we had the Wolves defeat Brian Myers and Trevor Lee for the tag titles. This wasn't the best tag team I've seen, but it was okay. The Wolves ended up retaining, so that's fine. Bobby Roode. Now we get to one of the matches I found interesting. It was Bobby Roode and Bobby Lashley for the TNA King of the Mountain slash Legend slash TV slash Global's title. Sorry, almost forgot the last one. This was a physical match between these two. I won't lie. I thought it was entertaining to see these two guys go at it. I mean, they had some good matches before, so I was happy to see these guys went at it. But to be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to be that special, and I was kind of right, especially for a title that's pretty much worthless. I mean, I don't know why these guys fight for it, but it looks like this might be Lashley's last match because there was talk that Lashley wants to go back to MMA, so this could be his last match, and if he did have to leave, kind of glad it was against Bobby, so congratulations, guys. You had a good match. Next, we had Gail Kim versus Awesome Kong for the Knockouts title. I did not care much for this match, but it was better than the Charlotte and Nikki title match we had at Night Champions, and way better than the match Charlotte had with Brie. So that was something. Kong pretty much dominated the match. It wasn't. I mean, I've seen this match before between these two women. I know they went out there and gave it their best, but it was predictable. Kong tried to hit a a diving splash from the top rope. I forgot. It's been a long night. But anyway, she missed. Kim got a roll up and got the victory. So she ended up retaining her title. But I get the feeling it's not over between these two. So, whatever. Next match, Kurt Angle versus Eric Young and a no DQ match. This was kind of a bit of a risk because Kurt was still recovering from a neck surgery. So, I don't know what the guy was thinking. But anyways, Eric Young hit a pile driver during the match. The doctors came out. They wanted to take Kurt out, but Kurt got back in the match, continued on, and was able to make Eric Young tap out. So congratulations to Kurt, and hopefully this will be the last time we'll see Kurt, because he said he's going to take time off from wrestling once his contract expires, so should be soon. Next, it is EC3 versus Drew Galloway versus Matt Hardy for the world title with Jeff Hardy as a special guest referee. This one had much of debate over. I had a lot to debate over this. The fans were. I think the only reason the fans got into this match was mostly because of Matt and Jeff. It wasn't a bad match, but I've seen better. I've seen a better championship match at Bound for Glory, and trust me, we've had better. But it was not bad to see Drew Galloway get involved and seeing EC3 defend his title on the grandest stage of them all. So, at least TNA's grandest stage of them all. But again, I kind of saw this coming, especially how I actually thought Drew was going to end up winning the title. But with Jeff as the referee and how the match was going, I kind of figured, oh yeah, Matt's going to win. And I was right. Matt Hardy ended up becoming the world champion. Whatever. So, but again, it wasn't a bad match. I just think they should have had Drew win the title. I don't know. I don't know why they had Matt win it. It was probably because he was in his hometown, so that's the only reason why I think they had him win the title. But other than that, congratulations to Matt, I guess. He's the new world champion. EC3 is no longer champion, but let's see how long that's going to go on, because if Matt and Jeff want to leave TNA to go to WWE, they might want to have that title be dropped soon. So, yeah, that's the end of Bound for Glory. As far as I'm concerned, if I have to choose between WWE or TNA's events from this weekend, I would much rather watch WWE's event because, A, despite some of the matches, how they went, the main event was a little much better than this one that we got. B, the titles, like for example, the X Division title, to me the X Division match was just a bunch of high flying moves, and I get it. That's what the X Division is all about. But they just somewhere along the line the passion just went away. I don't know. The tag team title match was not exactly the best. I had expected more. It's a shame we didn't get that, but whatever. So. Yeah, some of these matches were not bad, but I would still much rather watch some of WWE's events than this. But TNA did well, did okay. They did okay. It wasn't bad, but to me, it could have been done better, especially if you had bothered building up all these other matches the way you used to. So, if you guys have a different opinion about the event, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. I'll be here next time to give you more love and entertainment. Take care, and see you next time.